I've just come back from celebrating a wedding, and they're always such joyful occasions. And yet there's much more emotion than just joy. I mean, if I ask the groom how he's feeling as he's waiting for his bride, the answer invariably is nervous. And this shows that he knows, as does everyone else, the marriage is much more than just the wedding day. But as beautiful as the wedding day is, one of my roles is to speak of the vision we have of Christian marriage, so that people understand the consent, the contract that they're about to enter into. And this vision can be summed up with the three goods: offspring, fidelity, and sacrament. Now, I know, it's hardly romantic language, and yet it taps into some very deep truths about human love. Because I think authentic human love always seeks to be definitive, which is why married love by its very nature requires unbreakable fidelity. Now, at times, this will mean that sacrifices are made, but it's also the condition for human love to grow and to mature. And so as people lose part of their freedoms, and they're saying a no to everyone else, this becomes a great paradox that this unbreakable fidelity is the condition in which they can freely love the other without reserve, without holding anything back or being scared of that rejection. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that marriages sometimes break down. We all know this, and I think this also adds to the emotion of the wedding day. And yet people get married before their family and friends are saying, well, you're not doing this alone. That's what the witnesses are saying. We're here to support you because the promises you make are huge. You can't do it by your own. You belong to a community and we love you. We support you. This is where we speak of this third element of offspring, but I think it's captured with the term new life. There's a new life that's about to begin. And this new life might include the gift of children, and they're always a gift, not a right. And it's not just if it is, it's not just the biological reality of handing on human life, but also the supernatural life that is given in the faith. I mean, we talk about being co-creators with God, creating future citizens of heaven. And it's very much within the context of marriage that children learn what it is to love, to be loved, to forgive, which of course is so essential. And so this sacrament is saying that there is this spiritual dimension to marriage, and we're not doing it alone, but it's based on the way that Christ laid down his life for the church. And that's why marriage ultimately is something, I think, Eucharistic. We hear those words of Jesus, "This is my body given for you." We see in Christian marriage, it's not so much about what I get, but what I'm able to give. Now, at times, people can feel very sad, very guilty when their marriages end. I mean, no one enters into a marriage with the intention of it ending in divorce. And yet, in that, we also see the great compassion of Jesus. The woman caught in adultery, everyone else is condemning her. But he understands. And I think that's the important message that we need to always be able to proclaim boldly as well. Christ understands the hurts that all of us go through. But yet, in raising marriage to a sacrament, it's still a beautiful vision that we're to put forward. And so today, as we hear this gospel, let's reflect on this gift of marriage that Christ has given, and the reality that it does require forgiveness, but ultimately that as his beloved children, it's meant to be a way to help us to salvation and to show forth his faithful love. So let's ask God to continue to bless the world and the church with many faithful marriages, and to help all those who are struggling and all those who have gone through very painful breakdowns.